Right? That's there. Save that. Man, oh man, what has happened to 2K? And that seems to be a question that a lot of people are asking these days. Ironically, I made a video today. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I just wanted to make sure I went through these motions here. Give me a second. Let me let the Discord know that we're live and we should be good. Well, I made a video today, and it was basically about the game lacking substance. So let me get to the chat. See, we got some folks in here. What up, Danielle or Daniel? Trash James was goody. OJ Simpson, TJ Dominique. Good afternoon. Fear God. What's goody? Bobby Davis. Hood Rich in the building. What up, Chosen? Deshaun. Villa Goated. Failed you guys again, Habo said. So, Dame, what up, Dame? What's good, y'all? Salute. Peace and blessings, man. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to this 100K. You guys could just take a second, hit that sub button. I definitely appreciate it. But I made a video today. I made a video today talking about 2K lacking substance, right? So we know it just seems to be something missing. No matter how much fun or how much better you're doing this year than previous 2Ks, there's still something missing for me. I'm curious to see if this is the same for y'all. But ironically, I made that video today pretty much saying that I'm going to explore other games, and I may even consider live streaming other games. I'm playing Power World now, whatever. So I dropped that video, and I'm going through Twitter, and I also happen to see what EJ said. And I don't know if you guys have seen what EJ said. What up, Zidan Dada's in the building. Coach Z, what up? Dante, Mac Mass, Lowly's Gaming. Have you guys seen what EJ had to say? If you haven't, we're gonna just drop it right now. We're just gonna go to it right now. I usually wait till we get to about 100, but excuse me. I'll go to it right now and we'll just let it play off. And then we could talk some more about it, so that way the stream has some context.
Yo, Ronnie, what happened, bro? Mike Wayne, what happened? What happened, bro? 24. This supposed to be for Kobe, bro. This game's supposed to have been, this year's supposed to have been for Kobe. Now, all y'all niggas, everybody on vacation now. Everybody on vacation, bro. Y'all made the game, y'all made the city a little bit smaller. Y'all made the affiliations down to this just 2. Niggas still can't get back-to-back games, dog. Niggas loading up in the rec and getting put on, and it's taking forever just to find a rec game because niggas getting put in the games with AIs. Bro, nobody's playing the game. What has 2K came to, bro? What has 2K come to? Now, I don't care about ever getting, I don't care about not getting a logo, bro. I don't care about not getting invited to a community day. I care less about that, bro. Just give me a good game, bro, so I can play it, bro. Please, bro. That's all I want. My community, shout out to my community, bro. We be having the park packed out every night, but bro, it don't feel the same because my boys ain't even playing the game like that no more. They don't even play. Stumpy gone. Bandit gone. D-Nail about to do IRL. Stats talking about leaving. Everybody gone. Everybody's gone, bro. And niggas either running reruns or view botting. That's all niggas. That's, you going 2K right now. That's all you gonna see. That's all you gonna see, bro. This shit is bad. I mean, this is beyond bad. I mean, bro, I've never seen a community like this, bro. And I've been in the community for a long time. I mean, a long time, bro. I've been sitting here since 19, bro. And before that, I was still in the community because I was playing the game. Bro, this is bad, bro. This is the worst I've ever seen it, bro. No exaggerating, bro. I'm telling you, this the worst. Yo, Ronnie, what happened, bro? Mike.
All right, so I just wanted to play that off to give this stream some context because I was feeling I mean, I shared the exact same sentiment, the to the T, the exact same sentiment. And I even expressed that in today's video prior to seeing this video from EJ. I spoke about the AIs and how it's just an inconvenience for everybody. We go online to play other players. We don't go online to play the AI. That's what the story mode, the my career mode is for. So I echoed that exact same sentiment, but I didn't really want to go too harsh. Like I didn't want to attack 2K. I've been down this road before, and a lot of creators go down this road, but I think it's different this time around. And the road that I'm talking about that I went down was the idea of just attacking 2K for their shortcomings. And I've done this for a few years already, where I would kind of go on the offensive and just attack all their shortcomings, all 2K's weaknesses. Over the last few years, I've been doing that, but I'm exhausted and it becomes redundant. So I was feeling this way. I already had stopped playing 2K. It's been over a week at least. I think I may have gotten on once, but I've slowed down tremendously in the amount of time that I invested in 2K. The time and effort wasn't rewarding. I didn't feel fulfilled by the experience. So I said, you know what? I'm seeing how many hours are passing and I'm not feeling fulfilled with my gaming experience on 2K. So I said, you know what? Slow that whole thing down. Some's got to give because it's taking up too much of my time and I'm not getting a good return on my investment. So I shared that same sentiment and I didn't want to go too hard attacking because I'm thinking I don't want to ruin somebody else's experience. I don't want to ruin y'all experience if y'all having fun on 2K and y'all love the game, y'all like everything about it. Because I remember when 2K was new to me. I highly doubt that the folks that are veterans of this series, I guess it depends on your evolution as a 2K player, but I highly doubt that the veterans of this series are, I think they're content with 2K24, but I don't think they're happy. Because you think that you're paying for another experience. You're paying yet again to either have the experience you once enjoyed or to enhance the experience you once enjoyed. So here we are in yet another annual cycle, and it's hard because I don't feel like, I'm not feeling like I really dislike 2K24. I don't know if this makes sense to y'all. And I think Bobby Bang just said this. He said the game's simply not that bad. People just need to adjust. Yeah, there's nothing for me to adjust to. 90 win percentage, shoot, well, have fun. There's nothing for me to adjust to per se. I think folks mistake the idea, like if they hear someone have critiques on the game, that it's maybe because they're losing or they're not doing well. I'm doing well personally on 2K24, but there's just a lack of substance there that I can't put my finger on it. I'm just gonna speak what I feel, and that's how I approach this whole thing this time around. Instead of just attacking 2K, I said, well, let me speak how I feel. And it's just like the homie said, nah, I'm not gonna beat the game up because it's not that bad. But then again, there's something that's not that good about it. Do you get what I mean? Because if it was that good, I'd be on it. And I've proven this for years upon years, where when it's a good 2K, I'm on that joint, and you could barely get me off. And I understand there's a lot of factors to consider, like folks' living situations changing and all this stuff. So I get that. You're getting older. So I understand that responsibilities and all that good stuff. But even still, that doesn't detract me from wanting to play a video game. And unfortunately, in 2K24, it's not my go-to option. It's almost like I gotta have a talk, a pep talk, like a locker room talk. That's serious, yeah. I gotta have like a locker room talk with myself and say, do you really want to get on the game? Or are you mentally prepared, bro? Yeah, that is just wild. How I'm trying to pep myself, give myself a pep talk prior to loading up 2K. And then the pep talk ain't even going that good either, because I'm like, hell nah, you don't want to go through that frustration. Hell nah, I'm like, damn, if this is a pep talk, get to the peppy part, B, because it's tough. It's tough to load up 2K. So, and I figured I didn't want to take the route of attacking 2K. I just move on and play different games and maybe even create content or have a live stream about it. Yeah, 2K is fun, right? If you're good. I that's the thing is that I feel like I've done well on this 2K, and it's still not piquing my interest. I don't know. The homie said Jack Shabazz said it's fun offline. Even if the play there horrible in my career, when 2K dropped this battle pass stuff, it's been over with ever since. Uh, have to convince yourself to play. Yeah, I know that feeling. That's what Hoax said. What up, Hoax? But yeah, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? And I'm like, it's tough because it's like you want. I know this channel is based around 2K, so I'm thinking that I wanna, I wanna get on and I wanna play, but the hours that you invest in getting on and playing, it just seems to be far too taxing, y'all. And then, thinking long term and understanding the ramifications of playing a game that just completely frustrates you or is just boring because of the mechanics that are in place. For instance, playing against AI is the good majority of the time whenever you go into the rec center. Those things just weigh on you, and there's no reward. There's no light at the end of the tunnel, at least. If you play 2K for the last 10 years, it'll get boring, but this is my first full 2K. And that's Dame says City got a 91 percentage, been good, ain't the problem. Yeah, I don't feel like being good ain't the problem. That's exactly, I'm sorry. I just feel exactly like that. That being good ain't the problem. And I'm saying this from players that are much better than me. Players that perform way better than me. I remember in the beginning of the year, where I will watch particular players and I'm like, damn, and they'd complain about missing a shot, and I'd be like, damn, if I shot that well, there ain't no way I'd be unhappy with my experience in 2K. So I remember thinking this in the beginning of the year, where you saw players that were better than you. And then, through trial and tribulations and a lot of practicing, I was able to perform the same shots and hit with a good amount of consistency. And still, I got bored. So that had me thinking. What up, No Cat? What's good? Yeah, bro. When you put it like that, you are right. Thousands of dollars on the game. Issa Prodigy remastering old games wouldn't work because it's gonna be the same. It's a different time. Now, yeah, no, Prodigy. I kind of thought about that as well. I thought about the same thing. It ain't like we can go back to 2K16. And I don't think folks fully understand. I understand perfectly that we have grown from that era of gaming. And there's definitely some good implementations into 2K since this good era of gaming. 2K16, 19, 20, for instance, even 17 for some folks. But it's not pretty much remastering an old game that I think the community wants. I think a lot of us realize that if we go back to those old games, we're going to see a lot of flaws because we used to have to, there was tricks to getting on the dots and you'd have to wait a long time. So this is what encouraged folks to play that much better because you didn't want to have to go through that process again. So you wanted to stay on the court. Big Red in the building with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you. But, I understand we don't want the entirety of that experience to come to next gen consoles. But what we do want are the good things. And, some things come to mind when I'm thinking about this. The fluidity in your dribble movements, the motion responding to your controller inputs and seeing it on screen and at the speed at which those motions perform. These are some of the aspects that I would love to come back to, present day 2K. The same goes with your driving. Your driving was just fluid in motion. And it was almost like you had launchers on your back when you go to take off. But that wasn't only it, because it seemed more realistic in a sense. Maybe not realistic per se. Don't get me wrong. Maybe not realistic per se. But when your opponent is able to jump with the same vigor as you jumped, like with the same intensity that you jumped, then it makes for a nice animation where, you know, the dude just swings, the defender swings to try and swat block your dunk. It was those little animations that were exciting where you just didn't even know what was going to happen. So, you know, if we could take some of that fluidity, the speed and how responsive it was back then, and add that to what we have right now, I think we'd have a way better experience, man. You know, it's not next generation 2K been disappointing on PS4 era 2K peaked. And ironic, James Miller sent the super chat. Did I miss it? Sorry, James Miller. James Miller with a $4.99 super chat said the builder is too restricting. Let's be honest. The game is better with demigods, more uniqueness. And, you know, I got to beg to differ per se. I don't think the builder is... It's hard because I've created some great builds this year. So it's hard for me to say that the builder is limited. The builders to me doesn't feel too different from other years as far as what happens on the court with a particular build. And I think this year is very similar. You know, I created some great builds that could do a lot out there. And I think one of the keys to that was 2K messing up the defense for and pretty much handicapping folks with low defensive attributes. They could play well. They're able to play good, even with low defensive attributes out the corner. And because of that, you could go heavy on offense. And, you know, you could put a high driving dunk with a high three-pointer. You good money out there. You won't be an elite defender, but you're not going to just give it up. So it's tough, man. It's tough. I think the game is fairly balanced in the builder. I think is good. You could get a lot out of the player builds that you make if you make the builds right and understand the thresholds. I don't mind demigods, but I think 2K's only problem is that they needed to increase the defense so that it was balanced. And they did that this year. Just posting up said this game is dead. As someone who mainly plays theater with randoms, the thing that kills my vibe the most is getting teamed up with the lower skill IQ players. And we spoke about that in today's video as well, talking about matchmaking, because let me tell you, let me help you guys understand what I think is happening. Now, I'll get to the comments. If you posted a comment and I didn't get a chance to read it, just repost it. And I'll when you see me get to the chat, I'll definitely, whatever I see in front of me, I'll try and read. What was I going to get to before I continue? The homie said, can my player move online like he does offline? Wouldn't that be great? But the homie was talking about getting teamed up with lower skilled IQ players. And that's what I spoke about in today's video, where it was, why are we getting matched up with AIs? And what I think is happening is that we don't have enough players. And what makes me realize this is because the Pro-Am game mode has had issues for years. And if you got Pro-Am's matchmaking was really good. It was supposed to be something similar to what a lot of us are asking for in rec. If you're going out there as a black or a silver, you're not expecting to play gold and purples, at least not consistently. But my experience going into the rec is that I'm consistently playing black and silver or whatever. You know, I'm consistently playing lower leveled players is what I'm getting at. And I think because of what happened in Pro-Am, I believe, I don't know if you guys are aware, but when you got your rank up to Pro-Am and you started reaching the top rank, you were not getting any matchups. Why? Because there was nobody else in top rank. So consistently folks had to just reset their Pro-Am team. And that kills a whole vibe right there. But if you wanted to play Pro-Am, you would have to reset your Pro-Am team so it could go back down in rank. You're starting from scratch. You start a whole new Pro-Am team. And I think that's what happens with 2K, that if 2K put it where only purple, gold, and purples play each other, then they'll have a problem with the time in between games, like trying to match up another team of gold and purples. We rarely come across gold and purples. So instead, 2K, for the sake of time, which I think we would find way more annoying, for the sake of time, they match us up pretty much. There's pretty much no matchmaking. It's just putting the team together and matching y'all up, but it's not skill-based matchmaking. AI has more IQ than most players. That's facts. But that don't mean I want to run against the AI. There's things that this is what's annoying about running with the AI. Running with or against the AI. First, they throw off our zone. That's one. They throw us all off. So now we can't, if we had more control over the AI, then it'd be a little bit more understanding. But we don't. This AI is so erratic. You never know what the AI is going to do. I've seen AIs damn near jump from the corner 3-point line to contest the shot that's going up in the paint on the opposite side of the corner that they're on. They're so erratic that you never know what they're going to do. But the good majority of the time is in the favor of their team. And it's hella dramatic from what the IRL player would have done. If another aspect that could work in regards to AI, and I wouldn't mind so much, is if the AI played like the player who left. Something like that player who left. I'd be way more happy that if 2K said, okay, this is this player's stats, this is this player's shooting percentage, this player's tendencies. Now we incorporate an AI with everything that player was at the closest as it can match it. I would better understand that. I know that's far reaching, but I would have a better understanding. But the AIs be wild as hell. And it's true. They do be way better than half the players there. And that's what's annoying about it. That's exactly what's annoying about it. I've seen people let AIs carry them. The AI having the most points on the team by the end of the game, bro. Pure wildness. So, you see things like that, and it's like, hold on a second. I didn't sign up to go online to play against AIs, but I play my career. Let's get. He said, "You're asking far too much." What when you think about what's going on with actual AI, and you're like, well, technology is moving hella quick, and if you got somebody leading in the gaming industry, then that's surely they have access to technology that could, make this all happen quickly. And it may be coming in the future, who knows, but I don't know. I think when we went, I don't think it was a big enough jump when we went into next gen consoles. I think quality of life aspects of the game should have been heavily prevalent, and we should have been able to notice huge differences from next gen consoles to current gen. But instead, it just seemed like there was a bunch of pretty stuff, a bunch of fluff that just got added on top, and it wasn't these core game changing mechanics that really changed our viewpoint. Another thing that I was thinking about is when I transitioned from NBA Live to NBA 2K. And when I made that transition, I remember it was the little things that was just like, wow. Like for instance, when we had a mic or just the fluidity of the movement. Even though we look back now at the first NBA 2K, it looks boxy and it looks weird. I wanted to have that same feeling when we went into next gen consoles, because the devs pretty much got more to work with. And obviously, it was all a ploy. They've always had the ability to work with this stuff. As you see, we weren't supposed to get a next gen experience on current gen consoles because they said they was limited. And next thing you know, here we go. Current gen has next gen type of experiences that weren't supposed to happen. And it happened anyway. Too much focus on Sour Patch commercials. We definitely, and that's the balance. Like, I don't want AIs to be trash. Or the focus has been more on monetization than quality of life. And I'd say, and I think this is what 2K failed to realize. The market is already cornered. Like, the market's already cornered. It's all yours. LQK Seals 313 with a 4.99 super chat said they should make matchmaking according to overall records in the rec and pro-am and win streaks. I don't know what you think, All City. I'll definitely get back to that. Appreciate that 4.99 super chat, Seals. But yeah, I think in regards to matchmaking, a lot of things need to be taken into consideration. I think the best way to do is what they have, in regards to like gold, purple, maybe that being one category. The idea is my go-to for most to determine what game I'm gonna have when I'm looking in the beginning of the game at what level they are is I check what's their level. Are they gold? Are they purple? Are they black? Uh, so ideally, that's what I check for, and it usually proves true. Oftentimes, you'll see like a team of all blacks that are really good, but you can kind of tell there's certain tells, and you'll definitely learn. What up, Agent Q? You'll definitely learn by the end of the first quarter. They do have certain tells. It's just, I mean to say that these are players that were actually gold or black, and they tried out new players, and that's why they came on as all blacks. Uh, I just wish we had more of those. It's a rare occasion when you got a good game in the rec center, man. I don't know if monetization goes hand in hand with quality of life. They discovered that making us uncomfortable is a way to get us to spend more money, and that's the shiesty thing. And I think that's what 2K fails to realize is that they already have the market cornered, right? So everything in regards to sports, basketball, gaming is theirs, and nothing could even come close. There's nothing. There's no come up because 2K will mess around and buy you out, and then just use whatever buy your company and make your company make a new game for them. So so if the market is cornered already, then you go for quality so that you could build this long-standing relationship with the consumer. And I was talking about this in today's video, where I was touching base on the idea that I had imagined that 2K would be a generational thing, where it'd be passed down from generation to generation, building upon its quality. Uh, and it's almost like 2K decided to go a different route. The market is theirs already, so there's no competition. They're developing. It seems like the process of development is more so focused around the same slimy ways as if it's a new person, a new guy on the block trying to find his way up the corporate ladder per se. And I'm saying, nah, 2K, what we don't need these slimy tactics. It's unnecessary. You have your like unwavering player base. They're there. They buy the game every single year. There's no need to be slimy about it. Base your focus on quality because your player base is damn near already there. 2K is never going to be a Fortnite. 2K is never going to be a GTA. It's almost like they want to be that, but you're never going to be that. Accept the tremendous success that you already have and now start focusing on quality. And when you focus, the best way, if I was a developer, if I was the creator, for me, and I know I'm ranting here, but I'm a creative. I've always been creative, artist, artistic per se. So with that in mind, I would sit down and play my own product. And I would know that I have to play it extensively so I could experience a small portion of what other users may be experiencing. And as I'm playing it, for instance, if I was playing 2K24 and I was the creator of 2K24, I would say these players need their own court. Instantly. These players, with the success of for instance, I mentioned in today's video, I'm playing Power World, and Power World is like a looter, shooter, survivor, crafting, Pokemon style of game. It's like Pokemon for adults. If 2K was smart about their ways, I'm sure the mechanics to make that happen aren't too extensive, because we see a lot of smaller game titles that have a huge, or smaller development companies that have a huge following with this type of concept of building a looter, shooter, crafting, whatever. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that if 2K wanted to incorporate something to keep people busy around the city, then that's what you do. You lean that way. And you add innovation to sports basketball gaming, and you don't make it a priority or don't try to force people in there. But instead, they're so focused on the marketing. They're so focused on the, it's almost like a surface level trying to be cool. And then when you kind of push the layers back, and it's like, this is what you working with, homie. You got all that money. Yo, snap out of it. You're letting the competition just excel way past you. You could incorporate some of these aspects from a lot of people's favorite games into 2K because you guys created the foundation and the space for it within the city. Now give people what they want. Give them what they want. Why are they in a whole gigantic city and nowhere to live? Why why aren't they able to go to where they want to go at the click of a button? If the goal is to keep them playing, if the goal is, hey, we want players to play the game, then make it as easy as possible to get in the game mode, whatever it is that they want to play. If 2K was smart, they would incorporate things like looter, shooter, crafting, and building in 2K. That'll take it to the next level. See, son, that's innovation. Roblox meets 2K. That's exact, or even Pokemon type of things meets 2K. But in its facts, Lucky Spumoni, it feels scripted. Matchmaking is horrible. No way I'm gold and got black and bronze on my team. Yeah. I appreciate y'all, man. Would you blame the comp side of 2K? I feel like what made us like 2K was everyone wasn't trying to be the best. We just wanted a hoop. You win, you lose. Now it's a huge ego thing. Well, I could say this. The community hasn't changed much. Outside of what EJ has mentioned, the community has been this way for as long as I can remember. Exactly what you're explaining, the egos. It's been in it for as long as I can remember, probably since the inception of online. That's part of it. I mean, but as far as it being the problem with 2K, no. The community has always been like that, in my opinion. I don't believe that to be the case, at least. I'll say that much. All City Big Heck say, you would hope your monetary support will go to more than just fattening bigwig pockets and buying NBA players promotional jewelry. Man. So we're thinking about innovation for 2K because some's going to have to give. Let's for the folks that are just getting here, I'm going to give you guys some context. If you're just getting here, what up, Dex? Gamer Ryan said, that's what makes me not play 2K 24 anymore. Some flaws that could be perfected, but they don't care. That's what frustrates me the most about the game. It's terrible. And that's what I know in our frustration, we exaggerate our feelings for it. And I was very quickly about to say, that's right. Facts, Gamer Ryan, the game is terrible, but I don't actually feel like the game is terrible. I think it's an okay experience, but I guess in 2024, or for 2K24, I'm not expecting okay experiences anymore. If I want an okay experience, I expect to pay $30 for a game. You go online, you go on Steam, you go on PlayStation, you either pull something from your game catalog or you see something at a discount. But, you expect to pay half the price for okay. I don't want okay no more. I'm done. We've given a lot of our time and years to watch 2K develop. Someone like me has given a lot. Not to say that they owe me something, but I was okay with giving it because I was rooting for 2K to lead the way. I was rooting for 2K to continue to innovate beyond our wildest expectations. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm giving it now, but they just cooling, B. They sitting back in the breeze on the beach. That's how it feels. Especially with what happened this year, which there was, this year they were out and about, they were heavy, they were in these spaces and they were communicating, connecting. And then they just up and disappeared and left us by our lonesome while their game collapses. The player base is dead, collapsing. So I'm going to give you guys some context right now. I'll get to the chat. I'm going to give you guys some context so you can see exactly why I'm even talking about this.
Yo, Ronnie, what happened, bro? Mike Wayne, what happened? What happened, bro? 24. This supposed to be for Kobe, bro. This game's supposed to have been, this year's supposed to have been for Kobe. Now, all y'all niggas, everybody on vacation now. Everybody on vacation, bro. Y'all made the game, y'all made the city a little bit smaller. Y'all made the affiliations down to this just 2. Niggas still can't get back-to-back games, dog. Niggas loading up in the rec and getting put on, and it's taking forever just to find a rec game because niggas getting put in the games with AIs. Bro, nobody's playing the game. What has 2K came to, bro? What has 2K come to? Now, I don't care about ever getting, I don't care about not getting a logo, bro. I don't care about not getting invited to a community day. I care less about that, bro. Just give me a good game, bro, so I can play it, bro. Please, bro. That's all I want. My community, shout out to my community, bro. We be having the park packed out every night, but bro, it don't feel the same because my boys ain't even playing the game like that no more. They don't even play. Stumpy gone. Bandit gone. D-Nail about to do IRL. Stats talking about leaving. Everybody gone. Everybody's gone, bro. And niggas either running reruns or view botting. That's all niggas. That's, you going 2K right now. That's all you gonna see. That's all you gonna see, bro. This shit is bad. I mean, this is beyond bad. I mean, bro, I've never seen a community like this, bro. And I've been in the community for a long time. I mean, a long time, bro. I've been sitting here since 19, bro. And before that, I was still in the community because I was playing the game. Bro, this is bad, bro. This is the worst I've ever seen it, bro. No exaggerating, bro. I'm telling you, this is the worst. Yo, Ronnie, what happened, bro?
So, that's to help give you guys some context as to why we even talking about this. And the reason why I decided to go live with making that the context is because I had just finished making a video sharing the exact same sentiment. I just posted it, and right before this live stream, I saw EJ talking about this on Twitter. So I said, let me record EJ talking about this, and let's go to the live stream, because I wasn't even I've been so disconnected from the 2K experience that I wasn't even sure a lot of you guys felt that way, and I didn't want to dampen your experience. So I was like, let me just keep this to myself. I'll move on. I'll just move on. I was saying what I had to say in today's video, and let me just move on and play different games. And here we go with EJ saying, yo, what happened? He's shocked too. Like, yo, what the hell is going on? And it's facts. What he's mentioning, the community I just didn't feel like it was like this. I didn't feel like people dipped the same way the devs dip like this. People are dipping from 2K. Yeah, everything he said was facts. I kind of feel the same way. 2K is trash and not fun. No, same-ish every year. Since 19, imagine how those of us feel that's been on 2K since we first. Thank you, Flock. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when EJ mentioned that. He said since 19. I'm like, damn, I've been on since the very first 2K. He went through the whole process of the whole online experience. And I've never seen a year like this. Even when 2K21, in my opinion, as bad as that game was, folks were still on it the whole year. And we've been slowly leading up to this point. I don't think 2K realizes it because their marketing and their business ethics, or their business tactics, I should say, have been so good that they're constantly getting a flood of new players through these little discounts or putting the game free. And then they get you guys on the back end with the microtransactions, which is why it's okay to put the game at a discount. They just need to get you on, because once they get you on, that's when they're putting you in the headlock and, choking you out. So that's That's why they're able to maintain it. But I'm sure 2K is aware of this. Maybe development is not fully aware of it, but people weren't playing because they love the experience anymore. And that's what they used to play for. They used to play because we absolutely love the experience. I don't feel like that same love is there anymore. I don't feel like it's one of those things. All right, for instance, I'll give you guys a perfect example. Last night I got on Power World, and they give you so much things to do, right? They give you, it's a lot of tasks. It's task oriented. It's a looter shooter, crafting builder, Pokemon sort of game, whatever. Pokemon for adults, supposedly. But anyway, I when I laid down, I was thinking about what would I be doing tomorrow on the game. Like, how am I going to approach it tomorrow? There's so much to do. Well, how can I approach it tomorrow? And I remember that's how it used to be for me with 2K. All right, this is how I play today. So I'd review it's almost like reviewing the tape in my head. I used to love 2K like that. I review the tape in my head, and I would have like this sort of timeline of what I'm going to achieve to get better. So I'm going to learn this dribble move or this dribble combination, which will lead to this, or I'm going to lead to this spin dunk. So I would set up these timelines, and then the next day, boom, you get to practicing and get to putting it in motion and seeing if it works. It seems to be no longer the case. That's another aspect that I don't necessarily like about 2K, y'all. It's like you put these things in, you practice these things, but you never know how much latency you're going to have in a game per se, what ping you're going to be playing on. It varies dramatically and eliminates your opportunity to fully analyze your progress during online gameplay because it's so inconsistent. I don't know if this is making sense to y'all. Maybe it's just me, but I'm fully opening up with my experience as to some of the things like that led me down the road to separating from playing 2K so much. And those are some of the things that turned me off. It's like, damn, I just wasted my whole day practicing and I came out and just so happened to be an event going on. So everything is hella delayed. Like I was playing more so I played against 2K than my actual opponents. I haven't played since Dreamcast. Damn. Every time I reach gold or MVP, 2K match makes me with black and bronze players. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's almost like that's the new way to match up. Thank you for bringing this up. And Latency, yeah, Franco, yeah. I'm going to share my honest experience because, hey, no matter how good you get at the game, everybody sees this stuff. They may not necessarily, like, because when you're much better at the game, you played it for years, you understand the mechanics, you're able to still look like you play good. In other words, a brand new player to the game wouldn't understand at all why they're missing their shots or why they can't put these three dribbles into a combination because you're not familiar with the delay. But players who play it often and for years, they get familiar with that delay, but that doesn't mean we like it. We don't like the delay. Then you go offline and you see how like you could be a GOAT if this responsiveness just happened online. We'd have that speed that we really want in the game that we used to have online. Bobby Bang. I don't think 2K, like I said earlier, I don't think 2K is that bad. I don't think 2K24 is a bad game. It's an okay game. But I guess what this is about, I guess being spoiled and nitpicky, they're like, yo, I'm just being honest. I don't want okay anymore in 2024. I want mind-blowing. I want to just be like, oh, that happened. Yo, that was mad realistic. You saw that? Who in 2K? I remember in the beginning of the year when we were noticing the pro play animations that we were recognizing that some animations, they have these little subtleties that make it a bit more immersive and realistic. I remember this in the beginning of this year. So you get to see what pro play actually does. But those are not game-changing mechanics. Those are just visual aesthetics. And it ends up becoming an L when the gameplay mechanics aren't functioning properly. And what's the reasoning for all these added animations? Why are we adding all of these if the mechanics are failing us? And I don't necessarily think the mechanics are terrible, terrible. Honestly, I think we could have a lot more fun. This is the, whew, I can't even say that because mess around. I can't even say that because mess around, there's a lot that needs to be done. I think there's a lot that needs to be done, yeah. Don said, I'd rather play Tetris. And these is a lot of little things. For instance, catching animations, catching the rock in the corner for a point guard with 91 pass accuracy, and you fumbling the rock. These things didn't play 2K before. It didn't exist in 2K before. You catch the rock, you shoot, and it happened in an instant. Like in an instant, catch, shoot. And it's just different. It's just different. It's little things like that, I think. Imagine good rewards for playing. We spend hundreds for bad rewards. No incentives, too many bugs and glitches like double dribbles. There's so much and absolutely disgusting. They're never even mentioned. Kanye said it, man. Let's be honest. CEO of the company is Jewish. It's irrelevant, and I get it, but it's irrelevant to me. We had the same dev team for the longest time, and please stop spamming that before you get yourself banned. It's irrelevant nowadays because we know it's big business, but there's some companies that still have integrity for their creativity, integrity in the brand name. And I think 2K put themselves. It would have been amazing for me. This would have been a very different story for me if it would have been a very different story for me if 2K worked these years to corner the market and then drop a bombshell of a game on us, something that blows all our minds, that where everybody's just, wow, there's for instance, let's say 2K decided to drop a game. Just a quick, for instance, there's some popular games out there that are looters, shooters, and all this stuff. But let's say 2K dropped the game just like GTA, but with the same every aspect of what 2K is, but also had GTA style gameplay for after you get out of your rec center. Yeah, I know people would be bugging. I know they would bug out. Like there were actual life GTA style coming out of the rec, but then you can go in, like you could drive your car up to the rec center and go into a rec game like we know a rec game to be on 2K. If 2K had innovated in that way and they cornered the market first and they had to give us a lot of copy and paste sort of games, they cornered that market and then boom. I would have been telling like a whole different story here. And I would have probably even admired their process from being able to take the chance to maintain and coast their way up to the point of just this tremendous innovation, changing sports gaming forever. I honestly felt like that's what 2K, I guess I've been rooting for 2K for all these years because you kind of trusted them to continue to lead the way and not just fall back. And I feel like 2K is falling back. I don't think it's a letdown. I don't think 2K24 is a letdown, but is it as innovative as it should be? Considering all other games on the market, it's not as innovative as it should be. And I think it's nitpicky. I understand it's nitpicky, and I don't care, bro. It's almost like I don't care that it's nitpicky anymore. I don't want to pay $70 for a mediocre product anymore, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of, and I'm not speaking of just 2K. I'm tired of AAA games and us paying $70 for mediocrity. I'm tired of it, B. They undervalue. A lot of these companies like 2K are undervaluing our dollars, our responsibility to put that value back in the dollar. And I'm not saying, a lot of us speak a strike and don't buy 2K. And it's easier said than done when, it's your entertainment. It's your escape is where you go to. But you still want there to be value in that dollar you're spending. and you don't want to fall behind everybody else and stay in 2K23, and then you stay in 2K23. Let's say you just wanted to buy one 2K23, and that's it, and stay on there. The servers will be off next year, which there's a lawsuit pending on 2K for that exact reason, because folks that spend money on older versions of 2K and have their servers cut off don't get any refunds. So there's a class action lawsuit right now that 2K is having to deal with. So, I'm not the only one that feels this way. Let's get to the comments. Jay Jacob said, I used my 99 overall attributes to create the same build offline. My play, yeah, we know about this. Yeah, we made videos about it. Just posting up. Do you think that they are more focused on my team than the park? My team is a moneymaker, but the park has always been a thing. I can't understand why the park was. They obviously invested a lot into the parks. There's a whole marketing system based behind the park scene for 2K. They got LD2K and they understand the affiliations and the importance of affiliations, but it doesn't have the same impact that it once had. It's just, there's something missing there. Salute to Shakedown with the Rise affiliation. The park scene is a pretty. I could only understand how much production time went into creating those parks, setting up the whole system for the affiliations, and the affiliations pretty much representing the competitiveness between 2K players. I think I think they're heavily invested, but I think they need maybe somebody to come in fresh to say, hold up, yo, y'all thought it's. What y'all got going on is outdated, y'all. It's just plain and simple, outdated. Let a lot of this stuff go, like having to work out. You need a new system, B. That's not working no more. Nobody wants to do workouts, B. Period. There needs to be a whole new, fresh outlook. So they need to have somebody who's really talented at developing and come in there and kind of just say, chill, man, let's bring it back to basics. Something like Mario. Think simplicity. Bring it back to basics for the consumer. Put yourself, reimagine. They got to tell these days, reimagine yourself as a kid again. Sit behind, your gaming console, plug that joint up, and view it from that perspective. But as an adult, we tend to like quality of life stuff, right? Ease of access, intuitiveness. We look for these things in gaming, and not that we need our handheld, but there needs to be a good balance. And 2K should have people studying this. I'm sure they do. That's what irks me about it, is that I know they have studies on this stuff, but still, this is the route that they take. And I guess that's what's the most annoying. I wish 2K would just say, hey, man, bring it back to basics, bro. Fun. What would be considered fun? And if you're like stuck in between simulation and arcade, then put both in there. Simulate the experience in one way and then give them the arcade. And when we say arcade, we don't mean the cages, man. If folks want a simulated experience to the point, if they want like an IRL experience, then they will know, they'll choose that game mode, and they'll know that there's a chance that somebody's going to bring the ball up the court, full court, pressing R2, holding it, because it's simulated. So they're making the choice to deal with that slow type of gameplay. But then give us back 2K16 speed and fluidity. In our arcade mode, we're not asking NBA Jam jumping through the roof on trampolines. We're asking for that speed, that fluidity, that responsiveness to come back into our arcade game mode. Yamming the rock, hard body, like you can finna break the rim from the backboard. Give us rim breaking animations, backboard breaking animations. We want to go, oh, like everybody, you can imagine the family getting together and everybody's watching the game around the big screen where you're playing against your cousin maybe, and you just yam the rock and the whole house goes crazy because it looks realistic, but it's, you understand that it's an arcadey sort of game. Fun, man. And I know fun is subjective, but that's why you have two separate. You have the simulation for sim players who want to simulate the experience of basketball, and then you have park, rec. I don't see what's so difficult. That a conversation started another content creator. Yeah, yeah. It's the latency that makes everything so slow. Yeah, and I understand that. But then you look at, 2K, a company with endless amounts of resources. Surely they could reach out to, I don't know who has Call of Duty, but they could reach out to Call of Duty and say, or people who are responsible for their service, yo, what are y'all guys doing to make it so responsive? Because think for a second, if Call of Duty had 2K's latency, forget about it. The game would have collapsed and fell on its face. Why is it okay for 2K? If Call of Duty, hear me out, if Call of Duty had 2K servers, Call of Duty would have never, ever in a million years reached the success that it did. Damn near no shooting game could have the servers that 2K has and the response time that 2K has. No first person shooter could be able to have that. The joint will collapse. I didn't get to see. That's I didn't get to see what happened. I was just yapping. GTA 6 will take 90% of the 2K community, and it is. We got Power World taking the community right now. If you guys haven't experienced Power World, I think I'm gonna live stream it tonight on my second channel. It's an amazing game. I was playing it last night, and it was just one of those things where I didn't want to get off. And while I'm laying down, I'm thinking of when I'm gonna get on today. So if you guys want to watch a live stream with that, type exclamation point and the number 2 in this live stream, and my second channel will come up. I'm almost certain I'll stream it on my second channel. You guys could also subscribe to my second channel. That'll help us out tremendously. What up, Dyke, man? What's good, man? It's an okay game, but it's not worth putting in hours if they're going to patch it. And that's another, the homie touched base earlier. The homie said it's almost like 2K. And it's ironic that he feels like this because this crossed my mind as well. But it's almost like 2K feels like they'll frustrate you on purpose. This is what it seems like from a consumer experience. And we're going to be honest about this because the homie said it, and I kind of share that sentiment too. It almost feels like 2K frustrates you on purpose to get you to dig deeper in your pockets. And that's not a good feeling as a consumer. It's just not it's the God's honest truth. It's not a good feeling as a consumer. That means that you lack security in their product. You don't feel secure when you're making the purchase of their product, right? If we were being honest about that, and 2K had like one of those sessions, I forgot what they called, where they ask consumers how they feel about products, and somebody said that, they'd be like, oh, we're doing something wrong. Because the last thing you want people to feel is that they're not secure in your product. And sure enough, a lot of us feel that way, that 2K does this on purpose so that you're more inclined to make another microtransaction, maybe create another build, or they send out a patch and the patch changes the game in front of you, rendering your build useless. So you got to make another build. Stop it already. It just feels like, stop it already. What more do you want? The market is already yours. 2K basketball, gaming, everything is yours. You don't need to be slimy about it, man. I would hope that this type of message gets to the head CEO. The effort that you're putting into GTA 6, half of that effort would be greatly appreciated for 2K. Half of that effort, take half of the $150 million that you're set to make this year, take half of that and put that towards the game so that way they could give us a MyCourt. so we could practice our shot in the particular game modes that we like to play on that latency. Something gotta give, man. You can't put us in 3 different game modes and all 3 different game modes have different latency. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh man. What up, man? What up, BZ? What's good? Just type exclamation point and the number 2, and the other channel will come up. Fear God. It's called All City 2, TOO. But if you type exclamation point and the number 2, the link will come up. Somebody put it up, but when we gonna get a 2K release that is solid? Seems like past couple years, every release has been botched and needing multiple patches to become the game it was supposed to be. Ironically, I share that sentiment to an extent because ironically, I feel like over the last 2 years, in particular, 23 and 24, they had an amazing release. The game set to be lead the way as both 23 and 24 set to lead the way in what seemed to be the best 2Ks ever released, and 2K development collapsed it through the patches. Maybe not intentionally. I'm not saying that 2K development did it intentionally, but for me, in my opinion, they collapsed the joint and rendered the game going from top 5 to bottom 5. How do you do that? Like, how does a patch like move a game from the top of the list to the bottom of the list? You guys need to put more attention into what you guys are doing in these patches. Maybe they need to take longer. Maybe you don't just jump on it. You're going to get heat from the 2K community regardless. We're trusting in you. With all the money that we're giving, we're trusting in you to make the right decision because you guys are the ones who have the analytical data on who likes the game and what works best for the game. You guys got that. You guys pay the marketing team that much money to figure out all this stuff. So we're trusting in 2K to give us a better experience. Not a mediocre experience. No, that's not why the player base and consumer base catapults you to the top of sports gaming. That's not why. It's power. I think it's only on PC, Blurry Murray. Yeah, I got it on my PC. I got it in the Steam store. They need to do what they did WWE 2K. Wait a year, then release the game, and everything goes the way it's supposed to go. Yeah. You can't trust companies and its communities because clearly we still don't know what they want. This game is the Madden wave. I kind of feel like that too, and I think this is why it's important we're having this conversation now because I feel like it's on the Madden wave, and I was able to very quickly let go of Madden when I saw consistently that they were dropping the same game every single year. There was no difference. But the marketing behind it was amazing, and it like finessed me into purchasing the game because of how well the marketing was held up. And then boom, we get 2K, and 2K is doing very similar. Again, I don't think 2K24 is a bad game. It's just mediocre. It's okay. It's not great, and I want great. Oh, it might be on Xbox. Look at that. If it's on Xbox, I didn't know. I should have got it on my Xbox. I ended up getting it on PC though. It is on Xbox because actually the controller cues are the Xbox controller cues. Like would that give you the tutorials and stuff? So I'm using my PlayStation remote. I might just have to use my Xbox controller. It's been on my YouTube timeline for 3 days. Yeah. The Sean McLean said, All City, to be fair, hasn't 2K been failing us for a number of years now? So why do we keep coming back to it? This is it, yeah. So, and it's facts what the Sean mentioned because there's a difference here, and this is what EJ was getting at, and this is why I share the same sentiment as EJ. If you guys haven't seen the video, I could play it probably one more time and help give you guys some context. There's something different as the years go by. So since 2K21, I have personally gotten to see the community or the player base dwindle way earlier. It was like Maybe they do not. I'll give you guys a for instance. 2K21 was maybe a 9 month span. 22 probably very similar because 22 is a way more solid game than 21. But then 23 went to a 6 month span, and that's when folks just started dipping. No matter, it was just like it didn't have the same energy. 2K used to have like this weird energy that I don't mean to call it weird, but it was like something you felt. You knew that they was just players upon players, and everybody played 2K. I think everybody plays 2K, and there's probably a lot more people playing it, but they're not playing it with the same consistency that they used to play it back then. And over the last few years, you can see this player base dwindle. And it's scary now because in 2K24, even though it's a solid release, I feel like 2K24 is a solid release, but it's not great. Especially, it doesn't seem to make up for what we had to experience from 2K21 to 2K23. And I think partly my expectation was that it was going to kind of make up for it. So it's falling short because it has so much to make up for. That's the best way that I could describe it. And I think 2K, they need to be doing better. We need to see something that says, yo, they really did this. I remember when I first saw the Elite affiliation courts, and I was like, wow. And then I go play the game, and it was great the first couple games, but then that latency kick in. And in Park, there's damn near no control. That joint is unplayable, in my opinion. Unplayable. So there seems to be something different as the years are passing by. If 2K follows this same formula, then they're going to see that it's going to go from 6 months to 3 months, and then from 3 months to 1 month. And it's almost like a crash dummy, just finna crash into a wall because they get the player base. We understand that 2K is always going to have a player base. But it's not going to be like a hit home before. They're going to just be having new players, just a constant rotation of just new players who turn on the game for a week and then shut it off. And it's going to affect a lot. I think 2K is going to realize as well, and please, this is not arrogant in any way, but, and I know if you guys don't know, the YouTube community in regards to 2K is a tiny portion and fraction of their sales. But that's not to say it doesn't have a lot of influence. It maybe not be a fraction of their sales, but it has a lot of influence into the player's connection with the game. And I think when a lot of creators are feeling like, yo, we don't have no connection there and we're sharing our story, naturally, that's going to make 2K's job a lot harder. So let's say there's someone brand new who's considering giving 2K a shot. And I'm over here speaking, they watched this live stream. They're not going to go like pick up 2K with the best thoughts on their mind about the game they're about to play after watching this live stream. They're going to go in with a side eye. They're going to be skeptical about what their experience is going to be. So if 2K don't blow them away, it's all right. It was an all right experience. So, what I mean to say is that if creators out there, I don't think 2K fully appreciates how much of a driving force creators were for people who played the game. And now we're at creators like myself. We're out here saying, "Hey, this game ain't it's all right, but it ain't like what it's supposed to be." Like EJ was saying, it's the Kobe year, B. It's the Kobe year, bro. 25th year anniversary. Like this is supposed to be these milestones, and it ain't a milestone. It's like a relay race. The joint they just passed the baton on for the same old stuff. I don't know. I could go on. I don't even be knowing what I'm finna say, but come on, man. That's how you know you're like passionate about it and you want it to be better, but it ain't there. 2K20 and 23 are tied. 23, in my opinion, was the best year. Man, 20 wasn't that good. It was stiff and cheesy compared to 23. 23 was better. Every game, Jamal Murray shoot three or drive, rebound, pass down court, fast break, play zone, rinse and repeat. Yeah. It's like right on the cusp of being great if they actually played their game and tested it. I don't know. It could be great. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. It's like it could be great, but it's almost a lot of times that I'm playing 2K24, I'm thinking, you ain't see that? Why do I need to travel to the lethal shooter court? You ain't see that, bro? Why do I need to walk to a subway? You ain't see that, bro? Maybe we need to do like a TikTok or YouTube short. Like, you ain't see that, bro? Somebody probably gonna put that in the meme and have me go viral. You ain't see that, bro? I can see memes. 2K cares more about the gameplay. Sour Patch Kids event. Yeah, and it could be a beautiful thing. And when 2K consistently affects the gameplay the way in which they do and limit the player base, maybe it's in their best interest to do it like this. Maybe they want a rotation of players. Maybe they want older players like myself who have been playing for so long to kind of rotate out into different gaming. It's quite possible they're just creating a game to get the most eyes on it for their marketing campaigns like Sour Patch. It's very possible that that's the case. All I can say is that it seems like the big wigs are affecting gameplay development, and it's hella noticeable. I don't think I'm speaking out my ass. It's hella noticeable, man. We're not supposed to be in 2024 playing 2K24 and having a mediocre experience on $500 systems. It's impossible. It's impossible to me that I was able to get this wow factor of like, I remember loading up 2K for the first time. If we look back on that, we'll be like, oh, hell no, what the hell is this? But why can't I have that wow factor on a next gen console, the same wow factor that I had on Dreamcast, where I was just like, yo, like this is the future of gaming. I remember that joint like it was yesterday. Putting on that Dreamcast and seeing that joint, saying my eyes just went wide open, like unreal. Why aren't we getting that experience now? We that spoiled? No, because there's other games out there that give you that wow factor. A lot of times, for instance, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, it's not the most. It's on Nintendo Switch, enough said. And it has tons upon tons of wow factors. Like, yo, that's first, the game it doesn't look like a next gen game per se, but that's what 2K doesn't fully realize. It's almost like movies nowadays, how movies lack substance as well. It doesn't matter what they throw in front of you. The joint needs to have substance for it to have an impact on you, for you to have an emotional response and develop a connection with what you're looking at. And unfortunately, that's seems to be what's happening with 2K. It's just throwing a lot of pretty things at you, but there's no substance. So surely for somebody who's, you know, when you take off the makeup, you take the makeup off that chick and she looked totally different. That's what's happening with 2K. And now you feel like you were deceived. And not to say that you're going based off looks, but if you take makeup off and the chick look damn near night and day different, there's something wrong there, bro. There's something wrong. You're just looking at the glitz and glamour, and then when you see what's under all that glitz and glamour, you're like, hold on a second, Brody. What did I just get myself into? They need to bring MyCore back for next gen. Yeah, we should be able to use every animation. And somebody had such, hold on, let me finish with, we should be able to use every animation, just be as effective as the Jamal Murray walk on. Yeah, I'm glad you reposted that. I think it was you who posted it earlier. It's facts. You know, folks get upset. Folks get upset about the, like, people doing the same exact moves. And 2K knows the exact millisecond as to how long an animation takes. So they understand this. Some animations are going to be faster. Excuse me. Some animations are going to be faster than others. They know this. I'm sure for every single animation, it has a millisecond count on it. Every animation, I imagine, has like a millisecond count on it. It's almost like dragging and dropping a file into place. You know how big that file is. I would imagine it's something along those lines. I don't know nothing about development, but I would imagine. So they understand that one animation is going to play out a lot quicker than another animation. Of course, the player base, naturally, as dedicated and devoted as they are to the 2K franchise, they're going to find out which animations are quicker. And then they're going to share that with every other player, right? And then they share that with every other player. Surely that creates meta. And then when you get meta, it stays meta until something else shows itself to be faster or glitchier. 2K knows this, and they leave you with one glitchy animation. So we see the same moves over and over because 2K hasn't invested enough in the animations to make them all equally as effective. How do you feel about gatekeeping animations and seasons? I wish 2K would just give it all to us. I tell you the truth. Let us play the game. I don't think 2K is realizing that the player base dwindles with each passing month. So just give them everything you got. And this is what leads me to believe that 2K is arrogant. They're arrogant in their approach. Like they don't realize that people are feeling like this. So let's gatekeep these animations. We don't need to give them everything right up front. You do. You do need to give us everything right up front. Folks ain't finna get 2K25 because of these stupid games you playing. They are not, like, people are upset. Like EJ had just mentioned, it is different this year. And I was saying this from last year. It is just getting different with each passing year. The player base is like really taking a stand. Like really taking a stand. People used to take this joint dead serious, B. Insulting your 2K character was like insulting you. People used to take this joint dead serious, and now not so much. And that could prove to be a good thing for each individual, but for the community as a whole, it's like, whoa, what is going on? Where y'all going? Where do we see his tumbleweeds? Where did everybody go? The Paul George aggressive breakdown is beautiful to look at, but for the most part, it's useless besides looking cool. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. A lot of those animations, the aggressive breakdowns, you only, like for me, I was only using it for the first dribble move, like the very first single dribble move. Whenever I'll go into an aggressive breakdown, I just look at which one I want off the first dribble move. But yeah, I feel the same way. It looks cool, but completely useless. And 2K, you should know that, B. Because you guys got the studies. You've been studying us since we've been online. Act like we don't know we're not giving you this information to study. You study us, learn what we like, you learn what we don't like, you see it, you hear it online, social media. You guys got that stuff. You know that joint ain't gonna work. Ain't no way a 3-second animation, 5-second animation is gonna work. I don't know. Maybe I'm just venting too much. Again, please don't take it like I'm saying that 2K24 is horrible. I don't think 2K24 is horrible. I think it's an okay experience, but I'm tired of okay. I'm tired of okay. Especially when 2K24 had the potential to be one of the best, along with 2K23, had the potential to be one of the best 2Ks ever released, and it was development. Surely to accommodate people, the player base complaining, but we don't trust the player base to make the right decision. We're trusting in the 2K development team to make the right decision for the good majority of the players, for the masses. So when you pull the trigger and you unleash a patch that ruins the experience, we're not blaming the people who, I'm not blaming the people who are complaining. I'm blaming 2K. You guys have the analytical data, and I really dislike the idea that we blame the people who are complaining. You think these folks have that much power? Like, these folks don't have that much power to affect 2K sales. I'll give you guys some perspective. The NBA shut down, and this was mentioned by Brian Mazik at Forbes. I think it's Forbes.com. He's a sports writer, a sports gaming writer. I don't know what else he does, but he mentioned that the NBA got EA shut down for live as they were going to release a free-to-play game. The NBA got them shut down. Disbanded the whole team. No more NBA Live. Because they wanted to drop a free-to-play game. NBA reached out to them and said, you can't drop no free-to-play game. And that's going to affect 2K sales. What I'm getting at is that if they could shut down a project like NBA Live, what makes you think that someone crying over missing their shots, what makes you think 2K making that change, they take that lightly if it doesn't mean dollars? Like, they don't have the power to change the game. If 2K changes, drops a patch or change the game, they know everything that encompasses, B. Because of their idiotic mistakes, we'd like to believe that they really don't know. But you can't mess with 2K sales. You mess with their sales. Oh my God. You know the hell and wrath that's finna come down upon you. And I understand they're like two separate entities, development and, the business side of things. But if your development messes with these numbers that they have projected, forget about it, brother. Little Mikey, you about to see little Mikey on the corner getting a ham and cheese sandwich. Yo, Mikey, what up, man? Yeah, bro, I got fired, bro. You about to go to work. You about to see Mikey on the corner eating a ham and cheese sandwich and smoking a cigarette. Smoking a Black and Mild on the corner. And that Chicago hat, that joint is flipped to the back, maybe to the side a little bit. I appreciate y'all, man. I didn't have any. These streams don't be planned. So when we're speaking about this stuff and I go off ranting like I usually do, maybe not necessarily like a rant per se, but when I start sharing stuff, that's because this is stuff that I've either talked about with some of the homies, or I just resonate, man. I resonate with it because I'm a player. If I wasn't a player, then I'd just be crushing a lot. No, I'm just joking. I don't know why that came to my head, but I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. But I'm a player first, so that's why. That's exactly why I feel the disappointment just like y'all. Anyone going for Buffalo today? All right, so we are an hour and a half in. Again, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You can help us get one step closer to 100K. We definitely want to hit 100K. We still got that as a goal here. Hopefully 2K has survived long enough that I could hit this 100K this year. It's looking pretty tough. Sermon right now. I'm getting my lighter out right now. Deshaun, sorry. I'm not finna rant. We're going to have to take it back to good times because that's what the stream is about as well. I'm going to be live streaming. I might do it on this channel. I might do it on my second channel. You could type exclamation point and the number 2, and that'll pull up the link to my second channel. And I might consider live streaming Power World on my second channel, or if not, you'll see the notification for it to come up here. I'm still trying to make that decision, and it's going to come down to the wire. Because if I do it on the second channel, I would have to reconnect my other account to OBS, and I don't know if I want to keep going back and forth. So I'm trying to decide if I should do it here, and then we just play Power World. Got to keep the good vibes. Yes, definitely. I always keep good vibes, man. You already know. As passionate as I feel about this, you know how when you go through something a long enough time, you're just like, you could speak easy on it, but you're not going to have the same emotional ties. I have a slight bit of frustration, but I would have been speaking from a more angry place if I didn't come to terms with like having an idea where 2K is headed. And I'm like coming to those terms, which is why I'm making moves. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm coming to those terms that 2K, hey, they on some Madden type of vibes, and shit ain't. It's just not gonna change. Just do it here, F it. All right, yeah. So I might start up another stream with Power World. If you guys haven't played Power World, I'll show you what it's all about. I'll show you why it's gonna be taking up my time. Why I find it interesting. It's supposed to be like a looter, shooter, crafting, builder, Pokemon game for adults. That's what it's supposed to be. And it's a lot. And I was skeptical, but I played it last night for hours on end, and I didn't want to get off. And then while I'm laying down, I'm thinking of, damn, I could have done this or I could have done that. So it's pretty cool, laid back sort of game, my sort of speed. So far from the first day, Lord Jackson, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna go live so I can show you guys. I'll go live here. I'll go live here so I can show you guys. It'd be nice if I could transition variety gaming in with this channel as opposed to building up a new channel again. But I do have my second channel up. I'll go live here. I'll catch y'all in a little bit. I'm going to take a little break. I maybe go live around 6 p.m. Something like that, if that works for y'all. The gameplay patches and play build that game bad. Yeah. You can play online against other people, but I'm not doing it online against other people. It's not a like against other people sort of thing. Think Pokemon. If you think Pokemon, and I don't know the name of it. I forget the name of it, but you capture these beasts or whatever. You probably have to see it to understand it. But it's just so I had Pokemon. I had that joint where you capture the animals. It didn't pique my interest. I played it for a little while. It just didn't seem to pique my interest. This game, Power World, immediately piqued my interest. Everything about it seemed good. So I'm looking forward to getting back on it. You guys will be able to see it here. I'll catch up with y'all. Wishing y'all safe and blessed the rest of your evening. Catch you either on the next video or live stream. Easy, y'all.